I'm home! Woo! Now, it's been a while since we last discussed Brawl Stars ripoffs here on the channel. A few months ago, we ended up making a video where we highlighted somewhat of a spectrum when it comes to copycats or lookalikes. Where on this end of the spectrum, we have blatant copies where we're using Brawl Stars IP, which we highlighted, and there are some crazy examples. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, where things are completely fine in my book, are just similarities where you see a lot of the time in video games out there. However, in this video, I'm hoping to lean a little bit more towards the most egregious games I can find that are so inspired by Brawl Stars, it's not even funny. So come along with me as we take a look at some of the most insane Brawl Stars copycats out there. So for the very first one, I wanted to start off nice and light. Believe it or not, this one, in my opinion, not crazy egregious, but I found it very ironic. I'm sure we're all aware of Fruit Ninja. I grew up on that game, dude. So many nostalgic memories. But they came out with Fruit Ninja 2, which adopts some of the strategies that we see a little bit more regularly here in mobile games nowadays. I don't necessarily have a problem with this game. I just find it so dang funny that it's Fruit Ninja and it looks a lot like Brawl Stars UI. The gameplay, very different. It's Fruit Ninja-esque, but the UI and the layout is so dang funny. So here is the layout for Fruit Ninja 2. Again, not a one-for-one or anything like that. Again, this is just becoming more popular when it comes to mainstream mobile games nowadays, much like Brawl Stars. But as you guys can see at the very top right-hand corner, we have different currencies. On the left, we have somewhat of an experience road where we get rewards when we level up in the game. We have the different menus that are pretty dang similar to Brawl Stars on the left and the right. Got different characters to unlock in the armory here. It's just, you know, Brawl Stars-esque, if you ask me. And we even have a battle pass. Of course, what you would expect in games such as this, right? They all got them. Now, again, I wouldn't say this is nuts or anything like that. Not super egregious when it comes to Brawl Stars ripoff, just because, I mean, this is everywhere in mobile gaming right now. And when it comes to this, I only start saying, like, things are blatantly a ripoff and stuff like that when it comes to more gameplay type stuff. You know what I mean? If the gameplay is very similar to Brawl Stars, that's when it kind of raises some eyebrows. But of course, it's still the type of gameplay we know and love when it comes to Fruit Ninja. You cut up some fruits and you have fun like that. Nothing like Brawl Stars. So just a kind of similar UI when it comes to this game. And I wanted to bring it up because I found it funny and ironic that Fruit Ninja would adopt some of these strategies here. So now that we got Fruit Ninja 2 out of the way, the only example in this video of not so bad of a copycat or anything like that, just similarities, right? I next want to dive, of course, into the worst ones that I've come across, almost one-for-one copies of Brawl Stars. And I think the worst of the worst, I'm just going to bring it up once again. What we ended up coming across in the last episode of this was, my goodness, when you completely copy Brawl Stars UI, completely copy portraits, taking IP, copy pasting in your game, it starts to get really funny. And I mean, it's not doing us any favors here from the fact that they made it look so friggin' bad. It's almost funny, dude. That game, in my opinion, is still one of the worst, if not the worst when it comes to it, because there's ads in that game. So literally they're profiting off of Brawl Stars IP, as funny as it is, right? They are meme worthy, but still, it's not a good thing. Transitioning into the first example of a ripoff that I find pretty dang bad here, and a lot of people shocked about this one. I first stumbled across it over here on Reddit from a post from What Do I Do Here? 6 days ago, saying Brawl Stars ripoff. Now, I'm not sure if this character looks familiar to you guys here on the front of the lobby screen, but it's actually from a very popular game back in the day called Cut the Rope. It's from the publishers Zepto Labs, and a lot of people in the comments expressing their distaste when it comes to this somewhat copycat behavior here. So of course, you guys, we're taking a deep dive into this bad boy for the first time to see what we can see. Is this a bad copycat? All right, loading screen kind of looking like Brawl Stars. Interesting. Okay, dude. Okay. Are you kidding me? What is this? All right, I'm definitely getting Brawl Stars vibes. Are you guys getting Brawl Stars vibes? We have the score up there in the top right. We have a 2-minute game mode. Okay, we got a super button and a basic attack button. Okay. All right, we're actually doing pretty dang solid. But yeah, looks like a one-for-one in a gem grab copycat. All right, we have the match end screen looking pretty similar to Brawl Stars as well. And we go across, looking similar. Guys, am I crazy? I feel like I try to tiptoe when it comes to these types of things. I don't want to make people mad by just saying everything's a ripoff, but dude, it's pretty similar. All right, so looking at the UI here, we have, again, a little tutorial, much like Brawl Stars, kind of makes you go through the game so you're on the same page of what's going on here. So their gem grab is called Candy Rush. Okay, I just played this, though, dude. Dude, even the Brawl Stars ripoffs make you sit through a tutorial. My goodness. Yep, pops out just like gem grab. We have the gem mine. I guess, you know, going for them, the only difference is the perspective of the map, right? Instead of like a top-down angled a little bit, we have literally a diagonal view of the map, which, I don't know. Hey, I guess that's going for them. A little bit different there. All right, so we have special quests of some sort there in the top right, much like Brawl Stars. We got a reward. But now it's time to dig into the actual UI here. Of course, we have a battle pass on the bottom left. We have quests over there on the right. We have characters, shops, emotes, and an XP road. And the second thing to unlock is a brawler or a character, whatever you want to call it. It's literally the same as Brawl Stars. All right, taking a look at the characters here. Okay, there's not a lot to choose from. Little bit different than Brawl Stars. Game modes, we have Candy Rush, three-way tangled, last nom standing, so I'm guessing that's their showdown. Yeah, the map is looking pretty similar too, guys. This is wild. Pretty dang crazy that it's a game like this who've had a lot of success in the past from a publishing company such as Cut the Rope would be like so blatantly ripping off Brawl Stars, right? I think this is one for one, a pretty egregious ripoff. But moving along here to another game that I actually can't play, but it is very, very similar to Brawl Stars here. It's only available in certain countries at the minute, but it's called Dream of Legends. Taking a look at the gameplay here briefly, just from their YouTube channel, as you guys can see, it's pretty dang similar, just basic gameplay of what we come to expect from Brawl Stars copycats, right? You have a joystick, you have a super button, and even a green second ability, I'm assuming a gadget, much like in Brawl Stars, but looks like the characters are a little bit different. Looks like the game modes are kind of similar, with a hot zone preview there. And yeah, just another kind of example of, I guess, a relatively newer game that is much like Brawl Stars here. Every single one with the gems and stuff like that. I don't get it, man. Come up with different game modes. But taking a look at a little bit more in-depth gameplay from a video on this YouTube channel, GRB Gameplays. Taking a look once again at the lobby here, very, very similar to Brawl Stars. I feel like this is just kind of the copy-paste bread and butter when it comes to games such as this. The Brawl Stars UI must have just worked numbers or something like that, to the point where almost every single mobile game that is vaguely similar to Brawl Stars, sometimes not even related gameplay wise, seems to adopt this UI. Even games like Tumble Guys, where they have the gameplay of Fall Guys, but then the UI of what we see from Brawl Stars. But taking a look at the actual gameplay here, we have the movement joystick there on the left. We have a super button, I believe, which they're tapping right now, that automatically charges, so I guess that's a little bit different from Brawl Stars. But then we have another ability, the green button, I'm assuming similar to gadgets, and then the attacking button there, the blue. So I guess the game modes are seeming to be a little bit different here each time they take down someone. Okay, that looked like the showdown game mode for this game here, which I guess, you know, the characters are different and stuff like that, but the gameplay wise, the layout, the loading screen, very similar to Brawl Stars. Now, with all of that out of the way, we are moving along to one of the craziest blatant ripoffs or copycats when it comes to Brawl Stars that I've ever seen. And it's actually a quite recent game here. And it's called Nova Battles. And I'm going to be frank with all of you, I don't really know a whole lot about these newer games that fall under the umbrella of like NFT style games. To be honest, I really don't know a whole lot about NFTs altogether, but it's one of those type of games where you play, you can earn stuff, and it's like a way to earn money through NFTs through a game. It's like a play to earn type game, which I hold no grudges towards those games. They sound really, really interesting, and I feel like we're kind of moving into this weird genre of video games here in the current day and age. But honestly, that's besides the point, because when it comes to Nova Battles, it is literally a copy paste, even down to the mechanics of Brawl Stars characters that we have in the game right now. So I'm assuming a lot of you guys didn't didn't necessarily know about this game before watching this video because honestly, it is very, very new. This project came out like 4 months ago-ish, and we're taking a look at the gameplay that they basically started off the launch with. So like some exclusive gameplay of what we can expect from this game. And I also want to make sure this is out there that this is now over. The campaign for this game is no longer going. So you can't play it, you can't download it or anything like that. It was a failed project. But just starting things off, we can see some crazy similarities here just to the actual layout here. It's basically 1-for-1, the same angle, top down, and the bushes, the cover here, the map is very similar to a map that we even have in Brawl Stars, dude. Now, the characters are a little bit different in the game, but honestly, that's kind of the easy part. What is very similar are the mechanics that these characters have. So taking a look at the beginning brawler, I'm assuming this blue character, it is 1-for-1 Belle here. The basic attack and the super are literally the same. All these characters have this like dashing mechanic, but look at this. The super, the basic attack, the same thing. But that's not it from this first bit of footage here. We can see a character there that Belle just took down, which I'm just going to be calling it the characters from Brawl Stars here. Belle takes down a character very similar to Barley. Even the animations of the bottles being thrown are the same. Taking a look at the top right hand corner, we have some attacks that are very similar to Frank there, and it's basically Frank, dude. Oh my goodness, it is crazy. Absolutely insane. And then the kicker, look at this bow character shooting off a bow and arrow and mines on the ground. Looking at a different game mode here, we have a character that is literally the same as Rico. The character being played is Nita, 1-for-1. All of them have this dash mechanic. We see a Carl pickaxe there coming in. Isn't this wild? It's literally just Brawl Stars characters. We have Tick here. That is Tick, maybe Dynamite and Tick combined, throwing off Dynamite super plus Tick shots. So I guess they got a little bit unique there. Interesting. Maybe they just didn't have room for a Dynamite character, so they combined 2 characters. Look at this. It's literally the same map. 1-for-1 gem grab, and it's the same exact map. We have Rico shooting there. We have, looks like Barley. The character being played, I'm guessing, is Edgar here, right? With the jump. And look at this. We got Colt. We got a Carl there with the throwing pickaxe. Dude, at least make it something else than a pickaxe. The animation is literally the same. I find it so freaking funny, dude. Colt is the character being played. We can see another character for the first time, Shelly there, top right, with purple hair, dude. Make the hair a different color at least. But yeah, guys, I think you all kind of get the picture here. I guess, you know, when it comes to ripoffs, oh my goodness, this bit of footage really gets me every single time. The map is literally the same. It's so funny. But as I was saying before, when it comes to these copycat games, I feel like some of them are funny and stuff like that. But I feel like when it comes down to this, just like very low effort, you can come up with different characters, but literally all the mechanics are being Control-C'd from Brawl Stars and then Control-P into this game, right? It's so wild to me. They literally did the easy work. Brawl Stars did the hard work here, coming up with the unique mechanics, stuff like that. All they did was make different unique characters, but then just take everything else. Like, this part gets me the most, dude. The map is literally the same. It's gem grab, and the map is 1-for-1. Try to do a little bit more effort, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. The emotes too are very similar. I don't know, man. I found this one wild. Believe it or not, in that last game, they also had a training cave that was exactly the same layout with little mice spots in the back, just different, right? But yeah, everyone, I think that's a good ending point for this video here today. There's always going to be copycats of games out there. If you find success with any video game, it's just bound to happen. But those are the ones that I found just super dirty. So hope you all enjoyed this video here today. If you did, make sure to slap a like. I'd really appreciate that. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Keep on following Brawl Stars, and we'll see you all in the next one. Adios and take care.